We're going to walk to the site of the treaty signing, where there will be events and sharing of history. People are in their traditional regalia. This is the Canandaigua Treaty between the United States government and the Six Nations: Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, Seneca, and Tuscarora. There's a nice group of people here sharing in this honoring and remembering of a treaty that's been in existence for 218 years.
Over there.
It's just giving some brief directions to take your time and stay in the group. And now they're beginning. The white people walking with the Six Nations. It's a peacekeeping treaty. Where's Dan?
Here left. I never heard the final. What the final?
Did you see that? They got
Decision or
John
discussion?
said we're going to that statue.
When you went down,
sale thing.
it really hurt.
Oh.
It went down. Hurt. Sorry. I thought you were a man. Yeah, it's like our same stuff.
We're walking right down the middle of Main Street. Beautiful little town here.
Yell at them.
That's all right. That's all right. Which I knew. Don't hit your head. I give thanks that all of you are well. I give greetings. If you can, move in closer, those who are toward the back, just so that you can hear the words.
Anh cả đồ gan như xong quay đồ đèn nó hồi chen nó tao hồi cho hết hồi tao nó quên tôi nhon đi nếu yêu đi anh đã không anh đông cái vật đấy của tay thì con cái vui đó cái nó chọn thế cái nó nó to nhỏ tôi đi qua nó vật quên này đồ ta nó thì không có ta đây kìa yêu hoa này nào tôi quay ông ta có and on is so heavy kìa and just was hard nên đâu vậy yêuแต่คนนั้นดีวิสาตัวตัดเด็กแกคะแนนว่าต่อเขาจะนักชาในจังหวัดอ่างไว้ as we have ไว้เฮนสกัดตะกาวินนี่คุยบอกไว้ก่อนจังหวัดนั้นเนี่ยในนี้ยังไว้ตาแกในเขาเตียงก็ตัดเด็กแกแต่ในเขาไว้ในอยู่เดียวในกว่านี่ก็ให้เอาไว้ให้ก่อนจอดัดเนี่ยเขาจะยังทำไงเนี่ยก็น้องแซ่น้องดีเยอะโดยนักสักนักเชวิว่าเอาไว้เห็ดที่น้อยแต่ยังไว้สิ่งตะเกียงสักก็ย้อนจะได้จีคุยว่าเนี่ยยี่ไว้รักคนกระโดดแกติดการได้คุยไว้ยีสต์ในคนนี้นี่อยู่แต่ร้านในกระดานเนี่ยเฮ้ยนี่เกิดแก่ซ้อเฮ้ยในกระตุ้นจังไว้ในเฮ้ยดีว่าเจนฟังเจ้าเฮ้ยบอกเวกันนี่ย้อนก็ต้องแต่จ้าสแกนเอาคนนักตาเนี่ยนั่นอย่าดูตาเจ้าดูว่าน้องกูว่าสกระโดดแกนิดการได้เฮ้ยไว้ยี่คนนี้ยังสงวนทวานี้อุดเกี่ยวจอนี้ได้ก็จะตัดชิ้นนั้นอีกทีน้อยแต่ยังกว่าจะได้เสกก็วิวบานเนี่ยในการวิญญาณคนกระดูกแกนิดการได้คุยวิสต์ในเขาแกนี่อยู่แต่เนี่ยหาดีอุดเกี่ยวจอนี้ได้การก็จะตัดชิ้นนั้นในเขาแกวันที่เสียนอกว่าใช่นอกต้องเสียอันเจในเขาแกนวันนี้นอกว่าเฮเจนี่ว่าสาได้ใครวันที่อันท่าวันที่ตัดดูแกว่าอย่างนี้อันท่าเสียสาจิตนาเสียนอกจากได้ยังวิญญาณจะได้ในวันนี้ว่าเนี่ยในวันนั้นใครวิญญาณได้เกี่ยวดีอาเต้แต่ก็วันที่นอนเนี่ยว่าเจ้เขาเจนึกตามให้เจ้าให้เดี๋ยววันนอนเนี่ยโดนในเฮกันก่อนนั้นวันนักว่าเสียสงว่าบีอันนั้นก็ยิ่งจะนั่นยืดดึกตาเจ้สมมติได้สวีโยก็ดูแกนิดการได้วิวยี่คนนี้ยังสงวนพอนี้แต่วันนั้นแต่นอนได้เจ้าให้ก็ในวันนั้นใครวิญญาณดักว่าเกี่ยวดีอาตานี่ยัสดักก็พอตอนนั้นเวทนาดีนั่นยืดดึกตาเจ้ก็ดูแกนิดการได้วิวยี่วันนั้นเขาวันนั้นทุกอย่างก็แท้แค่วิตกงานจะเสกวันนั้นไว้สแกนแล้ววันนั้นเขาแต่งดีนั่นยืดดึกตาเจ้ก็ดูแกนิดการได้วิวยี่คนนี้ยังสงวนทวานี้อุดสกายานี้อุดานาวนี้อาตกาได้ยันดอกในคนนี้วิญญาณดีว่าเจนเธอเดินสกันนัสตาร์ดยาไว้เนี่ยวิววานในการวิญญาณก็อาตกาได้ยันดอกยันดีว่าเจนเธอแอนนัสปเดย์เนาะสแกนเอาแอนนัสตัญญาเจ้าหัวตันกุยตัญญานี้แอนยุดตาเจ้าตัวอยู่เราก็วัดกระดูกแกนิดกาได้วิวยี่วัดทันตดูแกงก็หาดูวัดตาเห็นการในการเสกโน่นนั่นสกัดนี้เดียร์ไว้เนี่ยหาสมัครสมัยให้จุดได้เนี่ยในไอ้ก็อยากจะหาเสียสงวนวิญญาณยุดตาเจ้ากระดูกแกนิดกาได้วิวยี่ในคนนี้วิววานในคนนั้นใครวิญญาณอยู่ดีอาเดชจอมดีอาเดยิสต์ในกันจะกว่าเวก็แต่ก็วันที่นอนยังก็หาดูวัดตา no no wa ya na ne wa ka te ro ya de ke so ha di ka na je sa di nyo do dia to nyong ya to de so ni ka kong so je yo we do dia da de ne ni just sa ni ka yu ta sa ha de yu de ka yu to wa nes wa di ka na je ste te ro ya de ke so des ko dia to nyong ya to de sa hit ke ngwa na te ko na di ha do di chi ta ke di de sa just je so ko nya a de no sa yu ka to se hon je wa ta to we ta nya ni na ni yu du ta just ka do ke ni ka.
But I would remind you that he offered words of thanksgiving for our Mother the Earth, that our Mother the Earth is continuing to support our feet all the days of our life as we walk about. He offered words of thanksgiving for the waters, the many different kinds of water that there is, those that run beneath the earth, those that run over the earth, the lakes, the ponds. He offered words of thanksgiving for the plants that grow closest to our Mother, that are medicine plants. He mentioned in particular the wild strawberry as a plant that is very important to our people, and he offered words of thanksgiving that these medicine plants have continued their responsibilities. He offered words of thanksgiving that the foods that have been provided to the people are still coming forth. The three sisters, the corn, the beans, and the squash. The Wenondanon de Johiko was mentioned. He gave thanks for that. He mentioned as well the trees, and he mentioned in particular the great sugar maple that is provided to our people a medicine that we gather in the spring of the year. He mentioned that. He said also that the four-leggeds are still running about, both the small and the large ones, and that they're carrying on their job just the way the Creator intended. He mentioned also that there are birds, both small and large, and that we hear their songs, and that they beautify our world, and that we offer thanksgiving to them as teachers of us. He mentioned also that there is a warm and gentle breeze that we are feeling today on our skin, and that the wind, most of the time, it's a benefit to us. But we saw the power of the wind, didn't we all, when it struck in the downstate area and in the New Jersey and the Connecticut area. We saw the power of our natural world on that occasion. But he offered words of thanksgiving that most of the time, the winds from the four directions are a benefit to us. He mentioned as well the thunder beings, that they are still what we listen for, so that we know that water is coming in the form of rain, and that even the lightning has a role to play. And he mentioned as well that our elder brother, the sun, is visible to us today and making this warm day like it is, that we are enjoying here, each and every one of us, gathered here. As it was on the 200th anniversary, this was the way the weather was. It was just like this. It's a beautiful day, and once again we're experiencing Wenichio, this beautiful day. He offered words as well that our grandmother Moon is still carrying on her responsibilities that include giving women a cycle by which they bring forth life into this world, and that we set our ceremonial calendar according to our grandmother's travels and her phase as we give these thanks now. He mentioned that all about our grandmother there are stars, morning stars and the evening stars, and that they as well, they are taking care of their responsibilities, and we give thanks for those stars. And then he mentioned that there was a great messenger who came among our people with a word of what we call gaiwio, guidance for how we are to live as human beings, and of the world that is coming, and some of which we have witnessed. Some of it is not so good, what we have witnessed, but it is coming. And that man we call Handsome Lake, we heard that message throughout the fall in all of our communities as our delegation traveled about, so that message is renewed on an annual basis, and we heard it again. He mentioned as well that there are four beings, according to our people, that they have their hands upon our shoulders so that no harm will come to us as we travel about. And he gave thanks to the Creator that those four beings are still doing the best they can under these circumstances that we see today. He mentioned as well that it is the Creator's hand in all of this that we are acknowledging and that we are giving thanks for when He speaks as He did today. And I'm just giving you the highlights, just the summary of highlights of what was said in terms of His words of thanksgiving on this day. I want to thank each and every one of you who's made a journey here to come and take part in this. It has taken about a week's worth of work by many volunteers under the guidance of the Friends of Canandaigua to make this event happen. When you see the people that are working in the kitchen and the people that are working around there to make this event, if you could personally just say to them, Yahweh, that you're offering them a thanksgiving because they worked very hard. For 2 days straight now, I watched the women work and the men as well, to make this occasion what it is, so that there'll be a nice meal for all of us to enjoy. And they've taken their responsibilities for these things that you see that are going to be a part of this commemoration over this day. And I just am wanting to make you aware of the work that took place before we came to this place right here. Now, over the year, there have been many people who have done their part. Over the years past, there have been many people. Some of them we have lost, you know. They have traveled on to the Sky Road, and we have lost them. But they gave their time when they were here to this commemoration of this treaty, recognizing how important it was to our people. And I want to give you a very brief history. I'm going to go through it very quickly. You know, there was a Revolutionary War fought, right? And that war spread its way right out here into our territories. And they came through here, the armies of George Washington, and they destroyed 40 towns of the Cayuga and of the Onondaga throughout this territory that we call the Western Finger Lakes, Western New York. And the soldiers that came along on that campaign, what they saw was the beautiful land that was here, how fertile this land was, and how great were the plants that we grew, how tall were the corn plants, how abundant was our food. And they made a kind of an enemy of our food, and they destroyed it, all that they could get their hands on. But they also made a promise to themselves that they would come back and they would settle here. 50 years after that campaign, over 1 million people had come from mostly from the eastern coast, and they began to settle in this part.